what we are doing in while loop? While I is less than or equal to a dot letter count. A dot letter count is 8, no? That is fixed. LC I will write. Okay, then what we are doing? We are checking if ith letter is a vowel. If ith letter of A is vowel, then we are doing C equal to C plus 1. So the question asked for is only C only, right? So, so when you should keep, you should check when C is getting incremented. And then what we are doing, if it is ith letter of a word is a vowel, then only we are doing I equal to I plus 1. If it is not a vowel, then we are going to else part and doing I equal to I plus 2. So just consider what all inside are there inside the while loop. Everything is inside the while loop only, no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So everything is inside the while loop. So in every iteration, all the things will be checked for. So as it is, if the condition is not satisfied, then it will go to the else part. So initially we are starting with I equal to 1, C equal to 0, A equal to students. And A dot letter count will be the letter count of the students. That is, it is word students, that is 8. So while I less than A dot letter count, that means while 1 less than 8, that thing we are checking. Less than
8. All
8.
letter contains
1 is less than or equal to 8. If ith letter of A is a vowel, what is I here now? 1. First letter. If first letter of A is a vowel, S. S, no, first letter of A is S. Right?
Not vowel.
Consonant.
Yeah, it is not a vowel. What we will do? We'll go to the else part, because the if is followed by else, because we have to check for the indentation. So this if is followed by this else. So we'll go to the else part and we'll execute the else part. In else part, what we are doing? I equal to I plus 2. Now what will be the value of I? 1 plus 2, 3. Now what we will do? While 3 is less, this while, as it is while loop, the condition will be checked. While loop will be executed until and unless the condition has become false. So while 3 less than or equal to 8 will happen. Okay, yes, 3 less than or equal to 8, the condition is satisfied. So we'll go inside the while block and we'll see if third letter of A is a vowel. What is the third letter? U only, right?
Yes, vowel.
So first letter is S, second letter is T, and third letter is U. So U is a vowel. So what we will do? C equal to C plus 1. Now C value will be 1. Okay. And I equal to I plus 1. Now I value will be 4, right? 3 plus 1, 4. So else part we won't go. We won't go to else part, because if block is satisfied, no. So else part will be executed only if condition is not satisfied. So else part we won't go for. So I is 4 now. We will check whether 4 is less than or equal to 8. Yes, 4 is less than or equal to 8. And we will see whether fourth letter of A is vowel. What is your fourth letter? This is 1, 2, 3, 4 is D. D is vowel? No, D is not a vowel. So we'll go to the else part. In else part, what we are doing? I equal to I plus 2. So I plus 2, 4 plus 2 is nothing but 6. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So it will be updated to 6. Now we will again check whether 6 is less than or equal to 8. Yes, 6 is less than or equal to 8. What is our sixth letter? N, no?
Yes, ma'am.
N. So we will check if sixth letter is vowel. No, sixth letter is also not a vowel. Sixth letter is not a vowel. So it won't go to the if block. It will go to the else part. Else part, what we will do? I equal to I plus 2. I plus 2 is 8. 8 is less than or equal to 8, right? Equal to is also there, no? So we'll see what is the like eighth letter of A. It is nothing but S. S is not a vowel. So you will go to the else part. Now I equal to I plus 2 will happen. I plus 2 means I will become 10. I will become 10. Now you will check whether 10 is less than or equal to 10. No, 10 is greater than 8. 10 is less than or equal to 8, you will check. No, 10 is not greater than, not less than or equal to 8. So we'll come out of the while loop. So what is being asked in the question? What will be the value of C at the end of execution? So you can see the final value of C. What is it? It is 1 only, no? So the correct answer is 1. Okay. Anyone, did you have doubt? Anyone?
No, ma'am.
Yeah,
No,
please.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So please ask if you have any doubt. If not, we'll move to the next question. I hope no one has doubt now. Okay, we'll move to the second question then.
Ma'am, can you repeat the answer, ma'am? Which one option?
A. Answer is A. 1.
Okay, ma'am.
Mm.
Hello,
Yeah, yes.
ma'am. What is the name of website? Can you repeat again?
What is the name of?
Website, ma'am.
joinpd.com. Here you can see no joinpd.com. For the code, it is this one.
Okay.
This is the
Ma'am,
code.
is
Yeah.
the word same?
It does not require word.
ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, yes.
Sorry to interrupt. Like, if possible, could you just repeat the previous question solution just briefly, like at the end of the class?
Yeah, you are not audible. Whatever you have spoken earlier.
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Yeah, yes, you are audible. Hello.
And may I ask what does the statement if A means? Is it trying to check if A is true or if it is false?
Yeah, if A will check the state value of A. If A is holding true, that means if condition is satisfied and it will execute the statement inside the if block.
Okay.
Okay.
Value of A is false, then it will check. If it is true, then it will not check, right, ma'am?
No. So when if loop will be executed if the condition has become true. So similarly, if the value of A is true, then only the if block will be executed. Okay.
Ma'am, I understood the if ith letter of X word is vowel. I understand this. Then after if A, I don't understand this. If A and then we go to the B. True.
Yeah, when if block will be executed, if ith letter of X dot word is a vowel, then only you will check for if A, no? Then only, yeah. So if the ith letter of X dot word is not a vowel, then you will not execute the statement inside the if block. Similarly, if A is holding the value true, then only B will be set to true. If not, it won't execute the statement there inside the if block. Okay.
There is no condition is given. Or if initially we only gave that is going to false, and after that ith letter, then after the execution of ith letter of X word is a true. Then after if A, I don't
No, I'm asking, just tell me this thing, when the statements inside the if block will be executed. When will you execute the statement inside the if block?
then ith letter of word
When condition is satisfied.
When the condition is satisfied. When the if condition is satisfied, you will execute the statement inside the if block. So in the similarly, if A means if the value of A is true, then only you will execute the statement inside the if block. If not, you won't execute. If A value is false, that means A value is false currently at the point of time where you are checking your code. If the A is holding the value false, then you won't execute the statement inside the if block. But if it is true, you will execute. Yeah.
in on the card they give a value of A and B.
Mm.
Okay, if on the card there is false, then it means that is if A statement is true, then we go to the B is equal to true, right?
Yes. Yeah. Here A is not a statement. Here A is a variable that is holding the value either true or false. Accordingly, we will execute the code. Okay.
Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am. In that point where if B only has been written, I think there will be a condition if B is equals to false or B is equals to true, because it's not satisfying a proper condition.
Condition is not given, no? So you have to check for the value only, value of A or B, whatever that is given. So condition is not mentioned inside the if block, no? Here the condition is not mentioned, just if A or if B is mentioned, that at that time you have to check for the values of A and B. Okay, not the condition, because condition is not given. So
Here condition will be I greater than X dot letter count.
So A is a variable that holds either true or false. Similarly, B is also a variable that holds either true or false. So basically, if A means you will check for the value of A. If B means you will check the value of B. If they are true, then only you will go into the if block. If not, you won't. Okay. No condition will be checked here. Only the values of A and B will be checked. So I hope this is done now. Right, everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, done.
Yeah. Okay. Next question.
Yes, ma'am.
So everyone, what is the answer here?
Ma'am,
What did
option
you-
C.
A.
B.
Ma'am, option C.
Option B.
No, option A.
Right. Oh God. The solution is not there. And just let me explain you this. So what is D represents at the end of execution. So when you can see when D is getting updated, only if B is true, right? Are you following, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Only if B is true, then only D equal to D plus 1 happening. So now we'll go to the data set, this question, pseudocode. So we can see while table 1 has more rows, that means words data set we are checking. Read the top row, X from the table 1, and the initial values are I equal to 1, A equal to false, and B equal to false, right? These are the initial values. While I less than or equal to X dot letter count, that means we are iterating over the, so we have cards, and for each card, what we are doing, we are iterating over the letters of that card. Each card is a word, and in the for each card we are iterating over the letters of the word. That's why we have two while loops. One is to iterate over the cards, each card has a word, and the other while loop is to iterate over the letters of each and every word. Is it clear for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So we are in the inner while loop, what we are checking, if ith letter of X dot word is a vowel, that means we are checking if it is a vowel or not, if that particular letter from first letter to all letters we are checking. All letters of every word we are checking whether it is a vowel or not. If it is a vowel, then we'll say if A. Then if A, initially A is false. For every card, A is false. So that won't be executed. So what will happen after seeing the first vowel? What you will do? A equal to true you will set, and then I equal to I plus 1 will happen. Okay, if the second letter is also vowel, then what will happen? If the second letter of your word is also vowel, then what will happen? Yeah, if ith letter of word is a vowel, condition will be satisfied. If A will be also true at that time, and B equal to true you will make. Okay, B equal to true you will make. If the third letter is a vowel, then what will happen? Then also you will make B like you will see if ith letter of a X dot word is a vowel, and then B equal to true you will do. A will be true only. A will be true only. Okay.
So that ma'am, every time we are getting a true, right?
Sorry.
Every time we getting true, right?
If it is a vowel, then only we will get true. No, see, let us see the case. If it is vowel and consonant, what happens?
Consonant, then we come out from if.
Then we will come out of the inner if block. That we will come out of the that if block, outer if block also. We will go for the next letter, right?
So in the second iteration, it will become true, right? A will become true in the second iteration.
In the second iteration, it will become true. Yeah.
Yes.
So let us wait. Let me tell you this. If the first letter is vowel, then nothing will happen. B equal to true won't happen, because if A is false, A is initially false for each and every word. Even if your first letter of your word is vowel, then also if a condition won't be satisfied and A equal to true, that anything won't be satisfied. Just you will move to the next letter. Okay, if the second letter is not a vowel, then also nothing will happen. If ith letter of the X dot word is vowel, that is not satisfied, so we will go to the next letter, third letter. Okay. Okay, I will explain this question with notepad. I think that is better.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, yes, please.
Ma'am, I understand that. Ma'am, I'm asking that no, there is no time that we count B is equal to true. We escape every time, I think. Right, ma'am? It is right. Ma'am, here if I
No,
have
let me
vowel-
finish this. Let me finish my explanation. Then you ask, okay? So what we are doing, we have first while loop to iterate over the cards. That means words. First while loop will iterate over the words. Second while loop to iterate over the letters of each and every word. For every word, we will iterate. Okay, so you
The
can
answer
see.
will be option B.
So A equal to 1, I equal to 1, A equal to false, B equal to false. That will be set for each and every word because that is inside the first while loop but outside the inner while loop. So for every word, is it clear for you, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
For every word, for every card, what we are doing, I equal to 1 we are doing and A equal to false we are doing and B equal to false we are doing. Okay. So for every word, and in the inner while loop, what we are checking, in the if ith letter of x dot word is a vowel, we are checking each and every letter of your word whether it is a vowel or not. If it is a vowel, then we will check if A. So every word, if the first letter is vowel, if the first letter of every word is the first letter is vowel, then even the if condition, the first if condition will be satisfied, but the inner if condition won't be satisfied. So what you will do, you will execute just A equal to true only. A equal to true only. And then I
Ma'am,
equal
does that mean that the A equal to true is the else part of the if aligned to it?
no, it is not the else part. It is just inside the inner if block, this outer if block. It is just outside the outer if block, no? So if this ith letter of x dot word is a vowel condition is satisfied, then A equal to true will happen. If your letter is vowel, then for every vowel A equal to true will happen. Okay.
Okay,
It is,
ma'am.
yeah, because it is inside the outer if block. If this condition, outer if block condition is satisfied, then A equal to true will happen. And also you can see I equal to I plus 1 will happen. That means we are incrementing, we are iterating over the letters of the word, no? So for after every letter, we are doing I equal to I plus 1. This is outside this outer if block. So for every letter, after seeing every letter, whether it is vowel or not, you will just increment the letter. You will see you will increment the I count to I plus 1 and the next letter will be checked for.
Ma'am, we will be incrementing I if the letter is a vowel or a consonant. It
Yeah,
doesn't
even
matter.
it doesn't matter because you are outside this if block. Where is
Okay.
this I equal to I plus 1 is there? It is
It's
nowhere.
outside.
It's outside the if but inside the while loop. So this will happen till the while loop ends, no? Till the while
Okay.
loop condition is failing, I equal to I plus 1 will happen. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, if ith letter of x dot word is a vowel, then only you will go and check if A. If your first letter is vowel, even though if it is a vowel, if A condition won't be satisfied because we are starting every word is starting with the value A equal to false. So it won't happen. But if the first letter is a vowel, then you will set A equal to true. Then if your second letter is also a vowel, then what you will do? If ith letter of x dot vowel is condition is satisfied, if A
B.
is also, if A condition is also satisfied, because for the first time after seeing a vowel you have made A to true. So if A condition is also satisfied, B equal to true you will set, and B equal to true you will set, and A will be true only. A equal to true will also be setted. Okay, then I equal to I plus 1 will happen. Okay, what if the third letter is consonant? What if the third letter is consonant? Then you will just come out of the while loop and you will just see I equal to I plus 1. Okay. What is the fourth letter is also a consonant? Then I equal to I plus 1 will happen. What if the fifth letter is a vowel? What if the next letter is a vowel? Fifth letter is a vowel. If ith letter of x dot word is a vowel will happen. If A equal to true only, because we have not set it to false again. After seeing two vowels in your word, have you set it to false in the, no, right?
No.
Have you? No. After seeing two vowels in your word, have you set it to false again? After seeing just a vowel, have you set it to false? No. Nowhere you are making it to false. Okay, that's why even after seeing the fifth vowel also, if a condition will be satisfied, b equal to true will be happening. So b also, once if you set it to true, are you making it to false? No, you are not making it to false. For every word, once b is set to true, it is not made to false. So when b is set to true, when you are seeing two consecutive vowels, right? Like vowel after vowel, if you see, then only you will make it to true. If not, it won't be. So if first letter is vowel and if the second letter is not a vowel, if it is a consonant, then what will happen? What will happen if the ith letter of x dot word is a vowel? You will check if a will be true, and if the second letter of your word is consonant, then what will happen? Then I
Come
equal
out
to
of the loop.
Condition not satisfied.
not satisfied, condition is not
It will
satisfied,
jump.
I equal to I plus 1 will happen.
Jump into
If the
third level.
third, okay, if the third letter of word is a vowel, then what will happen?
We go into if blocks,
B is equal to true.
then we
b
execute.
equal to true also. B equal to true also will execute, no? So number of words with at least two vowels. Yes, it is a number of words with at least two vowels. You have to check for the all the given cases here. Okay, this you have to see when a you are setting it to true, when
Yes.
b is made to set. So actually when d is getting incremented, d is getting incremented only if b is true. So when b is becoming true, only if a is becoming true. When a is becoming true,
There are
then
two vowels.
when
Then
a
B
is
become. Then B
Yeah.
become true.
when a is becoming true, after
the
seeing
letter is
one vowel, after seeing one vowel, a is becoming true. But when b will become true, if a has become true.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
When there is two consecutive vowels.
not consecutive,
No,
at
no,
least
no.
Yes,
At
ma'am.
least two
two
vowels.
vowels.
Yes.
So
Mm.
if even if they are not consecutive, like if the first letter is vowel
Consecutive.
and second letter is consonant, if the first letter is vowel, then you will make a to true. If the second letter is consonant, then you will move to the next letter only. I equal to I plus 1 will happen.
Yes, ma'am.
And third letter is, if it is a vowel, then you will check if ith letter of x dot word is a vowel. Yes, third letter is a vowel. Then you will check if a, a you have set previously it to true. So then that's why you will make b equal to true. Okay.
Right, ma'am.
Yeah, if b is set to true, then d equal to d plus 1 happen. Just see when b is becoming true. When b is becoming true, only if the
When A is true.
when after making a to true,
Yeah.
when a is becoming true after seeing a one vowel. So yeah, that thing you have to check for, because this is in the ith letter of x dot what is a vowel, this condition has to be satisfied. So after seeing first vowel, if you have seen the other vowel, then it will become b to true, b will become true. So that means there should be at least two vowels, either two or more than two vowels. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Ma'am, every time we are seeing a vowel, we are implementing a is equal to true.
yes,
And then we are moving to the first while loop. There we are assigning the value I is equal to 1, A is equal to false.
yeah, for every word you are doing, for each
Yeah,
word, yeah,
yeah,
for
ma'am.
every word you
For,
are doing, but
for
for
every
each
word,
letter you are not doing. For each letter it is not, we are not doing this. For every word we are doing. Okay.
okay.
Okay, shall we move to the next question, or anyone has any doubt?
Ma'am, what is the answer? A, B, or C?
B.
If it is a multi-select question, then C can be also answered.
No, no. So yeah, if we give something as option, then in every case it should be true. So if they are consecutive, then only you are telling then only we are telling number of words with 2 consecutive vowels. That means vowel must be consecutive. If not, we are not counting. That means it is telling. But even though if the vowels are not counting, we are just counting them. No, that's why option C is not correct. For every case should be satisfied. So 2 consecutive vowels also will come in the option B. Consecutive vowels also will be counted in the option B. But every condition has to be satisfied. Like even if the vowels are not consecutive, then also we are counting. No, that's why answer C is incorrect. Okay. So even if there are 2 vowels also, we are counting. Exactly 2 vowels also we are counting. So
Pardon,
that is
the correct option?
B. Exactly 2 vowels also you are counting. But C and D are not correct options because they are just one of the case of the correct option. They are not the correct options.
Option B is correct.
Yeah, option B is correct.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, we'll move to the next question.
Okay, ma'am. Next question.
Yeah, it's just explanation. So D gets incremented when B true. Whenever B is true, A becomes true when a word contains a vowel. If we get another vowel, B becomes true. Therefore, B is true if the word contains more than one vowel. That means at least 2 vowel. Okay, the correct choice is B. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So yeah, B. If B is true, then D will be incremented. When is becoming B becoming true? When A, B is becoming true, and also when the word contains a vowel.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, when C will be the only option? I mean, in this question, when C will be the only answer?
So if it is not a vowel, then if you make A to false, here if you make A to false, then yeah, then also I'm not sure if ith letter of X dot word is a vowel. Here, not here. Here below, like else part, there should be some else part. In the else part, you can make A equal to false.
Yeah, got it. Yes. Before A, there will be else part.
Mm.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So finding pairs with similar properties, that's what we are checking no in the fourth unit, week. So finding pairs. How to find the pairs? So in order to find the number of pairs which can be formed from the given table where every person pair. Okay, how to find the pair? How to find the pairs of students who have same scores? So that means let's take example. Okay, there is some students like Rahul, Ram, Ajay, Vijay. So you wanted to find the student who has scored the same total marks. How will you do?
Ma'am, can I tell?
Yeah, sure.
Ma'am, first we check one card X, then we just put that into pile 2, and we go through all the pile 1 cards and we match with the pile 2 card which we already just gave to the pile 2. We match every time, and if there is no one card in pile 1, then we again just take one card from pile 1, and then we compare just similarly, right, ma'am?
Yeah, so let us take the same example. 4 cards, 4 students. Let's say Ram, Rahul, Ajay, Trijay. Okay, Ram, Rahul, Ajay, Trijay. We want to check who, like pairs of students who have scored the same total marks. Like if Ajay and Ram has scored the same total, then that is a pair we have to make. If similarly, if Ajay, sorry.
3 pairs will be formed.
Okay, according to this here, you can see what you wanted to see, which Number of possible pairs which can be formed from the given table where every person in pair have the same occupation. So if Ajay and Vishaka is a pair, then their occupation should be same. So that means here Ajay and Akanksha can be pair because their both occupation is software engineer. And
Yes,
what all pairs we can get here?
And ma'am, Deepak too as
Vishaka and
We can also do it by
Vishaka
binning,
and
right?
Yeah, binning also we can do, but yeah, binning also we can use.
and
Yes,
Rajna.
we can bin the student, we can bin them based on their occupation
Mhm.
and we'll get the number of pairs. That also we can do. Yeah, other than that, what we can do, Ajay, Akanksha will get a pair, and
Also
Ajay
Deepak.
and Deepak will be pair. Akanksha and Deepak will be a pair,
Deepak will be
and
there.
then Vishaka
What?
and Rachi are also pair. Yeah. Yeah. Now, yeah, now,
Okay.
yeah. So, yeah, basically, what you will do, you will just fix first Ajay, and then you will compare with all other remaining people, remaining names. You will come check whether their occupation is same or not. Okay, if their occupation is same, then you will find, you will just increase the pair count. Pair equal to pair plus 1 we will do. So after seeing Ajay and Akanksha, like, you will increment the pair. So first what you will do, Ajay you will fix and you will see Vishaka. No, Vishaka and Ajay cannot be a pair because their occupation is different. Ajay and Hamid you will check, they cannot be a pair. Ajay and Akanksha you will check, yes, they can be a pair, so you will increase the pairs count. Ajay and Rajya cannot be a pair because their occupation is different. Ajay and Deepak can be a pair, so you will increment the pair count after seeing this. So software engineer, no, so you will increment pair count to 2. Now what you will do, Ajay you have checked with all other students, all other pairs. Now what you will do, you will compare Vishaka with every other one. Vishaka you will fix, and now you will check with Hamid, Akanksha,
Excuse me,
Rachya and Deepak. Yeah.
ma'am, can we first bin and then use the formula which sir gave in the lecture, like for the number of comparisons?
No, we are not checking for the comparison. We are just counting the pairs. So how to get pairs? You will compare each card with the every other card. Okay, if you are telling you will bin. So what you will bin?
Bin every single person with the same occupation, like
Yeah, that
first bin
you will
belongs to
use.
data and
Yeah,
this
that
one.
you will use one while loop. And if there is software engineer, then you will move to one table. If it is data scientist, you will move to another table. If it is hotel management, you will move to, you will have 3 tables. And you will find, yeah, you will find 3 tables. Like, you will, in the 3 table you will find number of what employees you have, you will check. If you have 3 employees, then the number of pairs will be 2 only, right? 2 or
Yes.
3 number if you have. Okay, if you have three employees there, how many will be the number of pairs? So Ajay and Vishaka can be a pair. Ajay and Hamid will be a pair. Vijay and Vishaka. So 3 pairs you will get. So in that way also you can do.
Yes, ma'am.
So if there are n objects in a bin, then number of pairs will be
N minus
N minus 1 by 2.
Yeah, so that means 3 objects, 3 into 3 minus 1 by 2. So how many pairs will you will get? 3 pairs.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's also one way of doing that. Or what you can do, each card you can compare with every other card. If the occupation you have found is same, then you will increase the pair count. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So this card's also only the first card is fixed. No, first card, then you will compare first card with all other cards, and all other cards like should be compared with every other cards also, no? So for that you will have 2 while loops. One is to this, the first while loop is to iterate over this every name, and the inner while loop is to check every name with the other name. Okay, the same thing. Any doubts for everyone? Please stop me at any point. So number of pairs you got here is Ajay, Akanksha, Ajay, Deepak, Akanksha, Deepak. So the same thing, whatever we have discussed. If it is a pair, then counter will be incremented. Remember, Ajay, Akanksha is same as Akanksha and Ajay. So we won't count them. We should not count them repeatedly. The pair should not be repeated. In this case, which means we do not need to think about Ajay once we finish comparing with Ajay. Therefore, the first row can be deleted. Okay, once you have fixed Ajay and you have compared them here, the Ajay name with every other employee, then we no need to worry about Akanksha Ajay pair, because Ajay and Akanksha pair you have already got in the first iteration itself. So that's why after fixing Ajay and after iterating through comparing with each and every other employee, you can just discard this row, and then you can just fix Vishaka and then check this with the remaining rows. Okay. So because because if we get Ajay Akanksha as a pair, then we need not worry about Akanksha and Ajay, because those are same only, right? Same pairs only, right? That's why.
Ma'am, can you tell what will be the if condition of the pseudocode?
Yeah, I will show the pseudocode. I will show the pseudocode, don't worry. So the same thing, whatever we discussed, that is being written here. So the algorithm is like select a row, call the procedure. Okay, what you can do
Ma'am,
is,
can you go to the previous slide?
yeah,
No, previous one. Until I'll go. Yes, ma'am, thank you.
yeah, anyone has any doubt, you can ask. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, yes.
Ma'am, can you please provide the slides of these live sessions in the portal, ma'am?
Yeah, it will be provided, right?
Okay.
Solve with instructor slides are there.
Yes.
Yeah. So algorithm is like select a row, fix that row, call the procedure to find the number of possible pairs with the selected row. Like you have to pass all the remaining rows to that, all the remaining table to the next procedure, and then what you can do, add the pairs to the counter, like procedure. I will show the all what pseudocode, delete the row. So for this thing, so pseudocode, like first you have to count the number of pairs. So you have to keep a counter. So that's why you will initialize count equal to 0. Okay. So you have to count the number of pairs. No? So you will be starting with count equal to 0. So what you will do, you will iterate over the, while table 1 has more rows, you will do. This is to iterate over the table. And what you have to do, read the first row in the table. You will read the first row from your table and you will move to the table 2. So first, what is the first name in your table? If you remember, Vijay, right?
Ajay and software.
Yeah, Ajay. So Ajay row you will read and you will move to table 2. Then something you have to do. What you will do? The remaining table of the table 1, like remaining, what will be the remaining table? That will be all other rows except Ajay, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So already you have enclosed all the information of first row in X. right? In the first row, you have enclosed all the information of Ajay's information in the first row, X, and the remaining table you can pass to the procedure. So what procedure can do is, it can iterate over your table, and A is nothing but your card, X, whatever the information you are enclosing. Then what you will see, you will start with C equal to 0. Like for each employee, you have to find the number of pairs for that employee. So you will start with C equal to 0. What you will do for the, you have to iterate over the remaining rows of your table. No, you will check while table 1 has more rows. And what you will do, if both employee have same occupation, if A dot occupation is same as, like you will read the top row, and then you will see whether both occupations are same. Read the top first row B in the table 1. If B dot occupation equal to A, okay, that means A is nothing but here occupation. Then C equal to C plus 1 will happen. Then move X to B to table 2. You are doing. Okay, the logic here is, you have started with count equal to 0 to count the number of pairs who have the same occupation. Then what you are doing, you have to you are iterating over the cards. So first card you will see, and you will store all the information of your first card in the card X, and then you will move that card to table 2, and the remaining table that you will pass to the procedure. In the procedure, what you are doing, that occupation, whatever the card, that X card we have read, no, first card, that card occupation is stored in A, and then table 1, the remaining rows of your table, you are passing. So what you will see, you will see the all the remaining rows of your table's occupation. If they are same occupation, then you should increment the count, and you should return the value of that count to the main call. So that should happen for each and every card. That's why this should be in the while loop. While table 1 has more rows, you will read the card, you will enclose the information in X, and then you will pass it to the procedure. The procedure will take the remaining rows of your table and occupation to be compared with, and then it will be starting with 0. And then if the occupation is same, then it will be incrementing the count. Okay. And then moving to table 2. And then finally we will pass this C.
Ma'am.
Yeah. Move all rows from table 2 to table 1 should happen here. Yeah, occupation equal to X dot
What is the
occupation.
difference between the first code and the second code?
Second?
The previous slide.
No difference, no. What is the difference? No difference. Just something needed to be written here is updated here. So
Ma'am,
what we
is the difference between pseudocode and procedure, ma'am?
what is the difference between pseudocode and procedure? Is method. This one, whatever method we are writing here, number of pairs is a procedure, so it returns something. Pseudocode is nothing but entire thing. Whatever you are writing, that entire thing is called pseudocode. Procedure means it does specific task. Here number of pairs will count the number of pairs, and it will return some value. So procedure has some name, and it also like has some format. You will say procedure, number of pairs, and end the number of pairs procedure. That you will do, no?
Yes,
So
ma'am. So procedure always carries a task.
Mm.
Ma'am, we
Ma'am,
could also have done it.
in the pseudocode itself, no, both belongs.
Yeah, pseudocode has both procedures and everything. Whatever we write is called pseudocode. Okay, but procedure means specifically it does some specific task. Okay.
Okay,
These are
Ma'am, we could also have done that without using procedures.
yes,
No?
yeah,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
could also have done that without using any procedure. Whatever that is there inside the procedure, that can be kept here itself.
So if we write one among this, either the pseudocode or the procedure, is it enough, ma'am? Is it formal?
Sorry.
Hello.
Yeah.
हेलो हाँ डाल दिए
अरे मैं ये आके 04 वाला 63 वाला
हाँ 63
Yeah.
From here, we are moving the first row of table 1 to the table 2.
Mm.
And in whole the procedure, we are not comparing that particular card which we have moved to table 2 with any of the card
No,
of table
no.
1.
We are moving it to table 2. After moving it to table 2, what is all information of your card is enclosed in X, first row X. So what we are doing here is occupation equal to X dot occupation. We're storing the occupation in X dot occupation, like in this variable, the first row's occupation. And then what we are doing, count equal to count plus number of pairs of table 1 comma occupation we are doing. That means for that row we are calling the procedure number of pairs, and we are passing table 1. Table 1 is a table after deleting the first row, and then you are passing the occupation of table that first row as well. So what we are doing here, inside this procedure number of pairs, you are comparing the table 1 rows occupation with the occupation we have passed. If both are same, if b dot occupation is equal to a, then c equal to c plus 1 we are doing, and we are returning that number. After returning that number, you are just doing count equal to count plus that number for each and every row.
Now
Okay.
we have to do it 3 times
Count is for the number of rows and number of similar rows.
because we have to assign the value of a 3 times. No?
Sorry,
And we have
Count is for
to
the
do this code thrice.
we have to do this, like which thing you have to do this thrice you are telling?
Ma'am, I am telling that the part of procedure which encloses the table T1 comma A.
Yeah, that will be
And
done for each and every row of your table. Each and every row. Like if there are 10 rows, then for the 10 rows, that procedure will be executed.
but
Okay.
ma'am, A will be having the value of occupation only.
So, yeah, A will be
So
having the
we will
occupation
be
of each and every card. So A will be updated for each and every card. No, A will be updated for each and every card. You can see occupation equal to X dot occupation you are doing for each and every card, because that is inside the while loop. So first row will be fixed and you are storing X dot occupation in occupation. That occupation you are passing and that is stored as A in your procedure. For the second row, what you will do after discarding the first row from table 1, there will be second row only as stop. No, so you will move it to table 2 and you will enclose X dot occupation in occupation, and then you will call the procedure. So for each and every card, the procedure call will happen, and also A will be updated. Okay.
from here we are comparing the if B dot occupation is equal to A.
Yeah.
And B is the first row of the table 1. It is the second, but it is the first here because we have moved the first row to table 2.
Yeah.
And we are assigning a variable A here in the procedure.
Mm.
So ma'am, it will be iterating only the if I write table T1 dot data science. So if the card of the table 1 has the occupation data science, then it will implement C.
Yeah.
So for all of the conditions like software engineer and others, but the whole code doesn't compare the occupation of B to the occupation of X dot occupation which we have assigned earlier.
So X dot occupation only we are passing to the procedure. No, X dot occupation is stored in the occupation, and then that is given to the procedure number of pairs as occupation. Inside the number of pairs procedure, we are referring it as A. So for each and every card, X dot occupation will be changing. No.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, one question I wanna ask that here we execute this pseudocode, and in that pseudocode we use the procedure that is number of pairs. So in the procedure, so actually we have to do the procedure first, then that value we have to execute in the pseudocode. So in the procedure, we are taking table 1 and A as these parameters.
So wait, I will say execution of the pseudocode will happen line by line. count equal to 0 while table 1 has more rows. Read the first row, move x to table 2, occupation equal to x dot occupation will happen, and then count equal to count plus number of pairs of table 1 comma occupation. After seeing this call, number of pairs comma table 1 comma occupation, then only the number of pairs procedure will start executing. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Means when we will get occupation, then only this procedure can start.
No, not about the procedure. When so execution will happen line by line only, but after calling the procedure, what is called calling the procedure means you are giving the actual values to your procedure. This is how here the procedure number of pairs of table 1 comma a and c equal to 0, whatever you are defining, that is just the implementation. It does not have the actual values. But while calling here count equal to count plus number of pairs of table 1 comma occupation, the whatever the information that is there in table 1, that will be mentioned as table T1, that will be stored in table T1. Whatever that is there in occupation, that will be stored in A. Okay.
Ma'am,
Okay,
does
ma'am.
count store the number of cards which have similar occupation or just the number of cards, the total number?
Count
The number
equal
of
to
rows.
sorry.
Does count store the number of rows with similar occupation or the total number of rows?
Total number of pairs which have similar occupation only, no, because count equal to count plus number of pairs. The procedure we will call procedure. What procedure is returning? C. The procedure is returning some C. What is that C? C is nothing but the count of the number of count of pairs only. It is returning. So for every card, you are not saying count equal to count plus 1. Only the value which is written by the procedure, that is adding. In the procedure, what we are doing for the first row will be compared with every other row's occupation. If the occupation is same, then only you will increment C equal to C plus 1, and then that is returned. Okay, that value, final value will be returned. Final value of C. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So week 4 is basically finding pairs. Okay.
Then can we replace the A of the procedure by occupation?
A of the procedure by, you can use any variable. You can use either here
No,
X.
the occupation which has been defined earlier, that number of pairs table 1 comma occupation. Can we rewrite the
Yeah,
occupation
you
here
can rewrite with any other variable. You can use D also. Instead of A, you can D. You can use D also. But wherever A is there, that should be replaced by D. Okay, A is just a variable. What A is holding? What is A equal to occupation? What is the value of occupation? Whatever the value of occupation we pass, that will be stored inside the A.
No, I am asking that can we write the, instead of A, can we write occupation?
Where you want to write instead of A? Everywhere should be replaced. A should not be there. Yeah, in the procedure, everywhere A should be replaced by occupation then. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can be done.
Okay.
So at the end of this whole execution of the pseudocode, we will get the value of count equals to what will get the value of C, isn't it?
Count equal to count plus C. Plus C. Every time the
Yes,
C is different. Every time for first card C might be different. For the second card C might be different. So it will be different C. So that total number of C's you are adding it to count. So if okay. So return save is happening, no?
No, ma'am, I said at the end of execution when we have checked all the cards. Then at that time, C will be equal to count.
No. No. So for the first card, if the occupation is software engineer, then you will check C will be number of software engineers. If the for the second card, number of pairs of software engineers. For the second card, if it is data scientist, at the second time it will be C will be number of data scientists, number of pairs of data scientists. If for the third card, if it is hotel management, then the C will be the number of hotel management guys. So count will be the such total number of pairs, of similar pairs, software engineers, okay.
Ma'am, are this table 1 and table T1 are two different tables or same?
Table T1 and table 1 are different.
Okay.
So table 1 is the first table and table T1 is the table which we are passing to the procedure. So table, what happens after reading first row of your table 1, then you are deleting the first row from your table 1 and then that table 1 you are passing it to table procedure. So table 1 will be in the first iteration, it will be table 1 you will be starting with all the rows. After reading the first row you will delete the first row, move it to table 2 and that moved, then that remaining table whatever that is there from the second row to the nth row, that is table 1, that you will pass to table T1. So second row to the nth row whatever that information you are passing, that will be table T1 in the first iteration. In the second iteration, what will be your table T1? So in the second iteration, you will read the first row. That means the second row will be read of your table 1. And then you will store the information. You will move X to table 2. And then the remaining table after deleting the second row, after deleting first and second rows, the remaining table will be table T1. So every time table T1 will be updated after deleting the rows from your table 1. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anna,
Yeah, yes, please.
I have a doubt from the week one. So can you also please consider that?
Yeah, this is not open session. No, this is all with instructor session. So you can ask the doubts in open sessions. Okay.
Ma'am, here A and X dot occupation is same, right?
Yes. So any doubt here? Basically, the logic you have to understand here. Is it clear for everyone? The logic.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So please ask. Okay, this is what is there in week 4. That number of finding the number of pairs. To find the number of pairs, we can do that in multiple ways, either by using binning, by doing this, by using the procedure, or without the procedure also simply we can use 2 while loops. So whatever that is there here, you can delete this procedure remaining number of pairs, that's all, everything, and just you can enclose this everything here itself. So that also can be done. Using 2 while loops also you can do. I think that will be coming in the coming question, that way of doing. Okay, this is using procedure only. Please work on this problem.
TA office hours is also an open session or?
So open only. TA office hour session is open only.
Ma'am, no doubts. Shall we move to the next question?
The question clear for everyone? So is my problem to visible right library data set. Is it clear for everyone?
Wait.
Yeah, just a few minutes. Okay. Yeah, just wait for them also to finish.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please let me know once this is done. Okay.
Then, ma'am.
So what is the question here? The pseudocode is executed using library dataset. At the end of the execution, ABC stores captures the number of pairs of books published in the same year up to 1950. From 1951 to 2000 and since 2001 respectively. So A will be storing the number of pairs up to 1950 and B will be storing the number of pairs from 1951 to 2000 and C will be storing from the number of pairs published in the same year like 2001. The procedure same year takes the table as parameter and returns the number of pairs of books published in the same year. Choose a correct code fragment. So basically, yeah. So basically you have to find the number of pairs of books which are published in the same year up to 1950. Like 1948, if 2 books are published, then you should count them as a pair. In 1936, if 2 books are published, then you should count them as a pair and that should be stored in A. But if they have published the book in 1952, if 3 books are published, if 2 books are published in 1952, then that should be counted in B. And if it is like after 2001, like 2010 or something, if 2 books are published in the same year 2010, then that should be computed as a separate pair and the value should be stored in C. So basically what you are doing is you are binning the books up to 1950, between 1951 to 2001 and 2000 and greater than 2001 you will bin, and after binning then you will pass it to the procedure that counts the number of pairs of books published in the same year. Okay, basically this first file loop is for binning. Okay, so A should be, A is table 2, B is table 3 and C is table 4. Table 2 should be holding up to 1950, that means less than or equal to 1950. Then you should move to table 2, greater than 1950 and less than or equal to 2000, then that should be different table 3. So that is, yeah, and greater than 2000, then that should be table 4. That thing you should do. So option B is correct. Okay,
Ma'am, option C.
option C.
Ma'am, option D, I guess.
Ma'am,
Okay,
Because
option
D, ma'am.
yeah,
Option
less than
D
or
is-
equal, yeah, less than or equal to should
Option
be the
D.
case. Yeah, option D is correct.
Ma'am,
Less than or
option
equal, yeah, option D is correct.
D
So
doesn't have X dot year greater than. Okay.
so greater than is already less than or equal to 1950. So up to 1950 should be in A row. So that's why it is
Yeah.
less than or equal to 1950. From 1951 to 2000, that should be B, no? So that is greater than 1950 and less than or equal to 2000. And since 2000 means from 2001 onwards. So that is greater than 2000. So that is option D. And you should understand the procedure same year also. Same year takes the binned tables and each row of the table should be compared with each other row. So that's why you have 2 while loop. And what you will check? You will check the years. So you will see m dot year equal to n dot year. Then only you will increment equal to d plus 1. Okay. And yeah, and all the rows that you are iterating over the table, no, that table 3, table T3 you are moving, that should be moved back to table 1 because they have to be compared. So this is another way of doing pairwise comparison in order to get the pairs. So what you are doing here, so whatever the table you are passing that contains 1950 less than or equal to 1950 information, that information should be checked with each and every other row of your table. So that's why you have 2 while loops and the year you will be comparing, and if the years are same for both the rows, then you will increment d equal to d plus 1, and then all the rows which you are checking. Like first row is freezed. After freezing first row, you will compare each other row. No, that's why you want inner while loop. So in the inner while loop, you will move to the different table, and all the rows from the inner while loop will be moved to the back to the table 1. That table again, table 3 to table 1, and then you will finally return the value of D for each and every table. This is how you are finding pairs here instead of using the procedure. Is it clear for everyone? Is it
Yes,
clear?
ma'am.
The procedure same here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Ma'am, what's the answer of the previous question, ma'am?
D.
Okay,
D.
thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, done, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am.
So should I move to the next slide?
Yeah, ma'am.
So what is A is being asked in the question, no? So A equal to A plus 1 when we are doing, when the difference of XY chemistry marks is between 10 and 20, right? If the difference of XY is between 10 and 20,
Yes,
then
ma'am.
you are, yeah, then A equal to A plus 1 will happen. If it is between 10 and 20, then we are calling it as what study pair, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, wasn't the question like what does X comma Y represent?
So X and Y are nothing but rows of
Ma'am,
your
can you say
table.
the question once?
Rows is it twice the number of row pairs, ma'am?
No, it will be
We
A.
are taking
Just
count
we
of
are asking for A. What is A, no? A is nothing but when you are doing A equal to A plus 1, when the difference of xy is between 10 and 20, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Why
Oh,
you're
it's
telling it
the
as
number.
twice?
What is the answer? So B is the answer, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes. B is the answer.
Okay, ma'am. I read it wrongly.
But xy itself represent the study pair in which x has more chemistry marks in y and x can mentor y. So A is sufficient.
Yeah, but the thing is, we are talking about the arrangement.
Yes, ma'am. But in the question it is mentioned that xy is a study pair. Means, I mean,
Yeah. No, here it is mentioned here. No, assume the table is arranged in ascending order of sequence number. Okay. If they are arranged in the ascending order of sequence number 1, 2, 3, 4, then what is your x and what is your y? What will be the order of your x and order of y? So, yeah. So if x is coming, if y is coming after x, see, okay, let us see the case. Okay, if there is like chemistry marks, x chemistry marks is 20 and y chemistry marks is 30, then will it be counted?
no, ma'am.
No, it will be
It will be counted, ma'am, the next.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
it will be counted in B.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it will be counted in B. But
Ma'am,
for
if we
A,
are asked
yeah,
what's the value of
yeah, it will be
B,
counted in B. But what you will tell, number of study pairs of x comma y only you will tell, even for B also. So, but to distinguish what is A and B, we are referring here where student y comes after student x. That means student y is after student x. Like while you are moving cards, student x is first and then student y we are seeing. Then only it will be counted as pair in A. Okay, that means that the sequence number matters here in the question. I will show the explanation for this. So here, whenever the student is selected row in the outer loop, has the criteria of being mentor for the selected student in the row Y in the inner loop, A being incremented. Okay. So see, x and y will be pair even if the difference between x is like, so if x has scored 10 and y has scored 20, then also it will be a pair. If y has scored 20 and x has scored 10, then also it will be a pair, right? So
And
it
the same
doesn't
thing as y, or will it be yx if y has greater marks?
yeah, that is not mentioned in the question. No, it will be yx. It is not mentioned in the question. No, y comma x, but
So we have to maintain order.
yeah, that's why order is mentioned here. So see, even if the x marks are greater than y marks, or even if the y marks are greater than x marks in the range of 10 and 20, both will be counted as pairs either in A or either in B. Okay, but in the case of A, what we are telling, student x has came before student y, because that only difference of x5 means difference of chemistry marks of x minus chemistry marks of y, that we are doing. That means chemistry marks of x must be chemistry marks of greater than chemistry marks of y.
yes, ma'am.
So
Ma'am, if
student,
we are asked to find the value of B, then C would have been the option, no, ma'am?
yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
So it is the order matters here, because even if the x greater than y or y greater than x in that particular range, that will be counted. But for this A equal to A plus 1 particularly, student x is coming, student x is coming before student y.
Yes, ma'am.
So whenever the student in the selected row in the outer loop has the criteria of being mentor for the selected student in the row Y, the inner loop, A will be incremented. So I think that is the end. Oh God, we have finished it early. So yeah, any questions?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you please explain the second question briefly?
Ma'am, I also have
This question.
second question.
Yes, ma'am.
This question only, right?
No, ma'am. Second question.
I want this question, ma'am.
This question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So which part is not clear? Procedure, same year part or upper part? Which part is not clear for you?
The entire thing.
Okay, okay. So what is A, what is B, and what is C should capture? Can you tell by looking at the question? What should A should capture, and what should B should capture, and what should C should capture?
Yes, ma'am. The books published in up to 1950 is A, B is from 2000, and C is from 2001.
No, that is not the A, B, C captures the number of pairs of books published in the same year up to 1950. Same year up to 1950. A number of pairs. So if two books are published in the year 1948, then A should be incremented. If two books are published in the year 1939, then also A should be incremented. If another 3 or more 4 books are published in the same year 1929, then also A should be incremented. We should count the number of pairs of books published in the same year up to 1950, and B will be counting the number of pairs of books which are published in the same year from 1951 to 2000. So the books can be published in 1952. If the two books are published in the year 1952, that will be one pair. If the two books are published in 1953, that will be other pair. If there are more number of books published in the another year, like between 1951 to 2000, that should be counted as pairs. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, is it clear? Is it clear? Whoever has asked the doubt.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
But ma'am,
Okay.
it will only contain the books which have same year of publishing. But what for the books which don't have the same don't have the same year of publishing?
Then that won't be counted. So if the two in the B, if the two books are published in the year, like, so if one book is if the one book is published in the year 1960 and if the other book is published in the 1980, then they won't be counted as pair in the B. Only if they are published in the same year 1960, then they will be counted as pair for B. Okay.
But ma'am, here in the question we are given that A captures the book which have the publishing year below and up to 1950.
Yeah.
So why are we considering the same year of publishing?
Is the answer option A?
No.
So D, ma'am.
But couldn't it be like the books which which have publishing year up to 1950, and the B could have the from 1951 to 2000, and C.
That is given in the question. No, that is what is given. No. So
But
that is
ma'am,
what.
we are forming the pair of the books which have same year of publishing.
Yes, same year of publishing. We are forming. We are counting. Yeah. What is your doubt?
Ma'am, my
So
doubt
what
is,
should be done according to you?
ma'am, according to me, that the A should store the books which have the publishing year Up to 1950, whether it be 1938, 1949, or 1942.
No. What is A? A captures the number of pairs of books published in the same year up to 1950. Number of pairs of books which are published in the same year up to 1950. It is not number of books up to
Okay,
1950.
ma'am. Okay, I got it.
There's also a line in the pseudocode procedure one that if m dot year is equals to m dot year.
That's why I have asked that, but I didn't read the question that it has mentioned same year. Same year as what? Okay,
And
thank you,
ma'am,
ma'am.
I have doubt in the procedure part. Can you please explain?
Okay. I will explain this. So what all should be considered for A? The books which are published up to 1950. Up to 1950 means less than or equal to 1950. No, that are published before 1950 and in the 1950 year. So A should be, so that cards should be moved to separate table. A should be storing that. A equal to same year of the table you. So basically this procedure same year is used to find the number of pairs of books which are published in the same year. So for A, we should pass till 1950 cards. For B, we should pass from 1951 to 2000 cards. And for C, we should pass greater than 2001. Right? Because we want to find the number of pairs in that range for A, B, C. Okay. That's why A should be capturing the number of pairs of books published in the same year up to 1950. That means if both the books are published in 1939, that should be counted as pair in A. Okay. Is it clear?
Ma'am, I have
Yes,
one
ma'am,
more doubt.
clear.
Yeah, what is your doubt? Please explain.
Ma'am, first when we move the first book to the table 2 and we move another book to table 3, so we are comparing these two books. What
You
if,
are not comparing these two books. You are
ma'am, we
passing.
are comparing the year of publishing of these two books.
No, what is passed to the procedure same year? What is passed to the procedure same year?
I couldn't understand, ma'am. What
we are passing to the procedure same year.
Okay, the book published in the same year up to 1950.
So for the A, we are passing the books which are published up to year 1950. For B, in the B case, you are passing table 3. Table 3 is nothing but books which are published in the year from 1951 to 2000. For C case, you are passing the books which are published in the year greater than 2001. So what is your doubt? What is now your doubt? Yeah, please tell. Is it possible? Yeah, what is your doubt? Please tell.
Ma'am, I was saying that will it compare the years of publishing of the two books?
Yes, it will be compared the year of publishing of the two books.
So what if we don't have like in alignment, we don't have the books which have same year of publishing. We have haphazardly arranged books. The first is from 1951, second is for 2010. So we
But we
won't
are binning, no. But see, what we are doing is, so you have already previously, in the previous case, we have employees and their occupation. So what in the binning, what we are doing, all the employees with the same occupation are storing in different tables. So all the software engineers you will be storing to one table. All the hotel management employees you will be storing to other table. All the data scientists you will be storing into some other different table. Okay, here in our question, what we are doing, all the books which are up to 1950, you are moving it to one table. All the books which are between 1951 to 2000, you are moving it to some other table. All the books which are published greater than 2001, you are moving to some different table. That tables you are passing it to procedure. So procedure, what it will do? So for software engineer, so what it will do? The procedure here, years are different in your bins. like table 2, table 3, and table 4. Here you are beginning as table A, table 2, table 3, table 4. Like 3 tables you are making. From table 1, you are moving it to table 2, table 3, table 4. Right?
Yeah, ma'am.
So you are creating 3 different tables from the table 1. What table 1 has? It has all the books which are published after 1950. That means books can be published in year 1920, 1929, 1940, 1950. All the books up to 1950 for table 2. Table 3 will be having the books which are which are between 1951 to 2000. That means 1952, 1953. 1951, 2000, 1960, all the books, such books. Okay. C will be greater than 2001, 2001, 2002, 2003, all such books. Okay. The tables will have different years, but the criteria is like for A table, only the books will be up to 1950. For B table, it will be 1951 to 2000. For C table, it will be greater than 2000. Okay. Now, what is your doubt?
So, ma'am, as you have said, the table 2 will be containing books up to 1950 and subsequently for the other B and C also. And ma'am, why we are comparing the table 2, that M variable, with the table 3 variable N, whereas the
No, that we are not doing. So we are passing to the same year procedure only table 2. That means the books which are published only up to table up to 1950, that only we are passing to the procedure same year. Inside the procedure same year, what we are doing? We are just naming table 2 as table T1, and you are reading the first row from the table T1. That means the table 2 first row you are reading. Move that to table T2. You are moving it that first row to some other different table, and then the same table you are reading. The same table T2 only you are reading. Well, that is named as table T1 in your this. So table T1 you are reading after removing the first row. So yeah, first row removed, then the second row will be read as the top row in the inner while loop, and then move, and that you are moving it to different table 3 T3. So M equal to N dot E. So what is table T1 here?
Okay,
Table T1
2.
is not table 2 only. From table T1 only you are getting table T2 and table T3. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
That are not different tables. That are from the same table 2 only. Table 2 has information only up to 1950. Okay.
So, ma'am, here when we have a certain book in table 2, then it will compare the publishing year of that particular book or of that particular book with all the books of table 3, or it will go stepwise.
So why table 3 is coming into picture for you?
Ma'am, table T3, sorry, table T3.
What is table T3? Table T3 is made from table T1 only.
Yeah, ma'am.
So first row you are fixing of your table table 2, and then you are comparing that first row with all other remaining rows of your table 2. That's what you are doing. So whatever the first row you are reading of the table 2,
We are
that is
comparing
moved
it
to
with the all other rows at once only. We are comparing it with the other rows.
In the inner while loop you are doing that. Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah.
We are moving the end table, move n to table 3. Can we say this n to table 3 is coming after the 3 line? It comes when we compare the row n in table 1 with the m, right, ma'am?
So row M we are comparing with all the rows N. Okay.
Why again, ma'am, suddenly we are moved n to table 3?
Yeah. So how you are doing the iteration? First row is fixed. The first row you will compare with the second row, and the first row should be compared with third row. Third row should be compared with fourth row. That is N. N is nothing but second, third, fourth, fifth, all the remaining rows of your table. M is nothing but your first row. Okay.
Why we cannot put n to table 3 after if?
After if also you can put, no worry. But inside the while loop you have to keep. Mm. Any other doubts for this question? So actually, what is happening in the procedure same year, what we are doing, we should count the number of pairs of books which are published in the same year. Right? If we are passing table 2, that means number of pairs which are published in the same year up to 1950 will be counted. We pass table 3, number of pairs of books which are published between 1951 and 2000 will be counted. Okay. So table 2 you are passing initially, and then table 3, and then table 4. So if you pass only table 2, then number of books which are published in the same year up to 1950 you will get. That means if 2 books are published in the same year like 1929, they will be counted. But if they are published some other different year, 1960 or something, that won't be enclosed in even in table 2. Right? Table 2 only has information which are published up to 1950 only. So up to 1950, the same year published books, it will be stored in D. It will be counted. And that number will be stored in A. Okay. So in order to count, what we will do, so whatever table which we are passing, we have to find the same year, like number of pairs of books which are published in the same year. In order to find the number of pairs, what you will do, you will compare each card with every other card. If the card publishing year is same for both the books, then only we have to increment our count. If they are not in the same year of publishing, then we should not increment the count. So each card should be compared with of our table, should whatever the table we are passing, that should be compared with every other table, and we should get the pairs. Okay, is it clear? Yeah. In order to do that, you have to use 2 while loop. So first, the first while loop is for iterating over the rows of your table, and the inner while loop is for, okay, first row is fixed of your table and you have to compare that row with all other rows. So that is the inner while loop. Inner while loop will be comparing with one fixed row, like all other rows. Yeah.
This
I
was my
have
doubt,
doubt.
ma'am.
Yeah.
I have doubt in another question.
What is your which question?
In activity 4.6 second question.
Yeah, that we will take in open session. Okay, just let me make others to understand whatever the questions that are there in the solve with instructor slides. Is it clear for everyone this question?
Yes.
Or not?
Yes,
ma'am, clear.
sorry, ma'am.
Anyone has any doubt, you can please ask if you have doubt.
Can you explain question 3, ma'am, once again, please?
Question 3. So anyone who has understood this question, could you please explain what you have understood, what is not understandable for you? So yeah, can you please tell what you have understood and what you have not understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you please tell which part is not clear for you? What is you have not understood? Yeah.
Ma'am, the diff of xy and diff of yx.
So what is diff of xy? Can you explain what is diff xy and what is diff of yx? What is your x and what is your y?
X are the mentor students and
What is x and what is y? What is x and what is y?
Sorry, ma'am,
X.
not able to.
What you are?
Chemistry
Yeah.
marks.
Yeah, X is nothing but, what is your X? X is a card only. What is your Y? Y is also a card, right? Read the first row X in table 1. That means first row of your table. Y is also right. Read the first row Y in table 1. So both are some rows in your table X and Y. So, okay. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So what is the first row, like row, what information does a row contain? All the information about the student row will contain, right? So X and Y will contain all the information about the student row. So basically, what you are doing in the first outer loop and what you are doing in the inner while loop, can you tell?
We are in the first while loop, we are iterating through the table 1, and in the second one, the
So in the first, so actually table 1 has all the rows of your course data set. Okay. What you are doing in the while loop, outer while loop is you are iterating over the table, over the rows of your table 1. That means all the rows of your course data set you are iterating using the outer while loop. Okay, that's what you are doing now. While table 1 has more rows, that means whether your data set is, whether you have more rows in your data set, you will read the first row, and after reading the first row you are moving it to some other table. So first row won't be there in table 1, it will be moved to table 2. And in the second iteration, what happens, that whatever the second row will become first row, no, that will happen. So that will be read and that will be moved to table 2. So basically outer while loop is for iterating over the all the cards of your course data set. So what you are doing in the inner while loop, so while table 1 has more rows, read the first row Y in table 1. That's what you are doing. So after moving the first row from table 1 to table 2, then you are reading the inner while loop. In the inner while loop, you are reading the table 1. So that means table 1 will have all the rows except the first row of the table 1, our earlier table. Okay. That will be read and that will be moved to some different table. That will be moved to table 3. Okay. So inner while loop is also for iterating over the rows of your table only. But the table which you are iterating in the outer while loop and the table which you are iterating in the inner while loop is like just one row. It is like less. One row, after removing one row, you are doing, no? That's what. Okay. Then?
yes.
Yeah. So what is difference XY now? Can you tell what is difference XY?
Difference between the cards which are moved to table 2 and the cards in table 3.
What is diff XY? Diff XY equal to x dot chemistry minus y dot chemistry. What is x dot chemistry? Chemistry marks of x card. What is y dot chemistry? Chemistry marks of y card. What is your x and what is your y? Are they same? So let us
Yes,
imagine.
yes, ma'am.
So
They
let's
are
see.
same.
Okay, no, let us imagine your data set with 4 rows. First row is Ram, second row is of Rahul, and third row is of Sham. Okay, so what is your x dot chemistry and what is your y dot chemistry? Whether it's Ram's chemistry marks and Ram's chemistry marks or Ram's chemistry marks and Rahul's chemistry marks. It will
Y
be
dot
like,
chemistry.
yeah, y dot chemistry. What is your y dot chemistry?
Rahul's
Rahul's.
chemistry mark.
What is your x dot chemistry?
Ram's.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking for. Yeah, difference XY will be the difference of chemistry marks of 2 students. Okay.
Yes,
Two different students. So you are checking whether that difference is between 10 and 20 in this if block. if difference is between 10 less than or equal to difference xy and difference xy is less than or equal to 20, that means difference xy is in the range of 10 to 20. Then you are incrementing a equal to a plus 1 you are doing, no?
Yes, ma'am.
So that means can you tell when we are doing that? Ram's chemistry marks minus Rahul's chemistry marks must be between 10 and 20, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Then we are telling a equal to a plus 1. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you check the question? Here student X can mentor student Y if the chemistry mark of X minus chemistry marks of Y is between 10 and 20, including the boundaries. We call it X comma Y a study pair. So when you are calling X and Y a study pair, if the difference in their chemistry marks of X and Y is between 10 and 20, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, what a equal to a plus 1 when we are doing? If difference in xy is between 10 and 20. So what a is basically counting? What a is basically counting? Can you please tell?
The students from X part which have scored the different it contains the number of cards whose X minus Y difference is between 10 and 20.
So that's what it is given in the question. No? If the difference is between 10 and 20, then we are calling X and Y a study pair, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So X and Y is a study pair. If difference in X and Y marks should be between 10 and 20, but it is not mentioned. Okay, so that's why A will be counting number of study pairs. But what about the arrangement of X and Y? So X is coming after Y or Y is coming after X, that's what we are more concerned about, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because that is the given in the option. Number of study pairs of X comma Y, did you understand what A will be counting? But Y, X, where student Y comes after student X, do you understand or not? That thing. Which thing you have understood and which thing you have not understood?
Now understood, ma'am.
Okay. Everything.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So difference xy and difference xy you are checking. If it is less than 10 is less than difference xy and 10 and difference xy is between 20 less than or equal to 20, then you are incrementing a equal to a plus 1. So a is nothing but number of study pairs where student Y comes after student X, because while you are iterating, which card you will see? If you have seen X card first and then Y card, then the difference will be between 10 and 20. But you have seen Y card first, and if you have seen X card, then their difference will be between like minus 10 to minus 20. But that thing, but that thing will be counted in B. So you have to be more specific when the student is coming, because it is mentioned assume that the table is arranged in the ascending order of sequence numbers. No, that's why. So student here, student Y is coming after student X. If student Y comes before student X, then what happens? That will be counted as pair in B.
Yes, then the correct option will be C, ma'am, right?
Where student Y comes after student X, so answer will be B.
No, ma'am. If we ask about B, what B represents,
Then answer will be C.
Yes, understood, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So any other doubts for anyone?
Ma'am,
Hmm.
ma'am, here in the second case for B, I
Hmm.
mean, whatever the this if statement is there,
Hmm.
so whether the same condition will be applicable, like difference yx will be greater than equal to 10 and less than equal to 20, or it will be opposite of that.
No, it is the same thing only, no? But you are subtracting y chemistry marks minus x dot chemistry marks. See, now you have, so let us take the case. Now you have x and y, like x chemistry marks is 20 and y chemistry marks is 10. Then that will be counted as pair in A. So because x, okay. But if you have 21st and 10, if you have 21st and 10 next, then what happens? I will show notepad. My notepad is visible or not? Is it visible? Editor.
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am,
Only
visible, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now you have x, y. So what happens if x is 10 and y is 20? And what happens if y is 20, if x is 20 and x is 10? So what happens in this case? Chemistry marks I am telling. So x dot chemistry minus y dot chemistry marks, in that case, difference xy will be?
It will be negative, ma'am.
It will be negative.
Difference xy will be negative number. Yeah. So at that time, will that condition will be satisfied? 10 less than
No,
or
ma'am.
equal to different xy? No. So the answer is minus 10, not difference xy. And difference xy and difference xy is less than or equal to 20. No, both conditions are not satisfying. No. So that's why this is incorrect. Okay. That you won't count as pair. But what happens if 20 comes first and 10 comes later? Then in that case, different xy will be 10 and it will be counted as pair, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So different
Yes, ma'am.
yx will be 10 here and different yx will be minus 10 here. So for A, when we will increment A? When A will be incremented, if difference xy is
When
between 10 and 20. So in the second case, no, we are incrementing. That
Yes,
means so that means student here. So where x is coming and where y is coming. So y is coming after x only, no?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, yes, please.
Ma'am, if y comes after the x, so if we say they are ascending order, suppose that 1, 2, 3, and if we are saying y come after x, it means 1 minus 2, it will come negative, ma'am. But here, suppose that was 10 minus 10 and 2 are arranged in ascending order. We are saying y comes after x. We are supposing
No,
x to
I'm telling. So that is not about the marks. It is about the sequence number when student y is coming after x or when student x is coming. So if it will be counting number of study pairs x and y only. But the thing is whether student y comes after student x or student y is coming before student x, that we are discussing. Okay.
Ma'am, I think y comes after x is wrong.
Why?
Because ma'am, answer will become negative.
No, that we are not checking the difference. We are not checking the difference actually. We are not looking for x and y values. We are just checking the sequence number. So if x is coming, okay, now you have card 10, 20, right? So this is first arrangement. 10 is coming before 20. So that you are not counting as a pair, right? That you are not counting as a pair. But if this 20 comes first and the 10 comes later, then you will count that as a pair. That means, so student, that means a student, I'm talking about the sequence number, not about the marks. Okay, so if it is already pair, if it is not pair, okay, number of study pairs of x and y, that is clear. But where student y comes after student x also, that is also the case. That also will be correct, because we are talking about the sequence number here. If this is the first card, if this is the first card, and if this is the second card, then what is happening here? The first sequence, if x is here, x is coming. Okay, I should write in the other manner, I think. The first card is 10, and if the second card is 20, like the y is 20, so yeah, in this arrangement, what will happen? X minus y, what you will get? Minus 10 you will, yeah, yeah, you won't count that pair. But if it is y minus x, if you do y minus x, then that will be already counted as pair in B, no? That will be counted as pair in B. But what happens if card y is coming first? Like if 20 is coming first and 10 is coming second, then that will be counted as pair, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's what. Like, if that means a student y should come after student x. If it is a pair, then x minus y only we are checking, no?
Ma'am,
It is a,
can I ask a small question?
see, wait, if it is like, yeah, if it is like x, if y comes after x, that means x is coming first and y is coming first. Actually, we are checking difference of x y only, x minus y only. Okay, that's why it is like number of study pairs where student y comes after student x. But here you are calling number of study pairs x and y. What you are checking where y comes before x. That means y minus x you are doing first. And if the difference is between 10 and 20, then b equal to b plus 1 will happen. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, if a number, ma'am, x, y comes after student x means y is in the left of x.
Student y comes after student x. So there is 1, 2, 3 cards, no? So first card is x and the second card is y. That's how.
Yes, ma'am. If first card is x and second card is y, it means x is after the y, right, ma'am?
X is before y, no? X is 1 and y is 2.
Yes, ma'am. X is before y.
Y is after x.
Y is after x. Okay,
That's
ma'am.
what in, yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Mm.
Ma'am, the correct answer B and C, ma'am.
Correct answer is only B. C is for, C will be correct if we ask like what will B represent at the end of execution. So actually for XY, you are telling pair if X marks is greater than Y. That will happen only if where student Y comes after student X. The arrangement also matters. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, any other doubts or else we can stop the session.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yeah.
I have a little doubt. Ma'am, x dot chemistry marks is 10. minus y dot chemistry marks, not marks, y dot chemistry 20. Then 10 minus 20 means minus 10. Why we are counting in A? 10
That
minus.
won't be counted in A, that will be counted in B.
So ma'am, in the question, y comes after x.
Y comes after X means the sequence we are telling. It is not about the marks. So X and Y will be study pair only if X is greater than Y. Okay. Only if X dot chemistry is greater than Y dot chemistry, then only we will say then only we will say X and Y as study pairs. But what?
Yes, no, I understand this. But here say y comes after student X. And we say already that they are in ascending order. And y comes after the X means X.
They are ascending order of sequence number, not ascending order of marks. Ascending order of sequence number.
Yes,
So,
ma'am. Ascending order of sequence. Then greater is y and smaller is X.
smaller sequence. See, let us take. So now you want to subtract X from Y. Okay. Basically, then X and Y will be a study pair. Like if the chemistry marks lies between the range. Okay, number of study pairs basically you will get. But if student Y is coming before student X, okay, what happens? If student Y before comes student X, that will be counted as pair in B. Because the difference between Y dot chemistry and difference in X dot chemistry will be it will be 10 to 20 range, and that will be counted as study pair in B, X and Y. Okay, but here you are saying A, you want A. A means here's C. Actually, according to C, the number of study pairs of X comma Y, the difference between X comma Y only you are checking here.
Okay,
X comma Y, yeah. So that means X and Y is a study pair if the difference between X and Y is between 10 and 20. If Y is coming after X, then what happens? It will be counted as pair in A. But if it is coming before X, then it will be counted as pair in B. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Before.
So if it is coming before X, if the first card is Y and the second card is X, then you will say Y minus X. The difference between will be in that range 10 and 20, and it will be counted as pair. Right? It will be counted as pair, but that will be counted as pair in B. But if it is coming after X, but if it is coming before that thing, if Y comes after X, and then it will be counted as pair in A.
After A, Y is coming after X. It suppose that when 1, 2, 1, 2 are in ascending, 1 and 2 are in ascending order, and we are saying we are assuming X is 1 and Y is 2, and we are saying Y is coming after X means 2 minus 1 minus 2 minus 1, right, ma'am?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, understand, ma'am. So Y minus X, so that it will count in B, ma'am. Y minus X, right, ma'am?
Yes.
So ma'am, here how the B answer is correct?
So you are just seeing the marks. I'm not asking for the marks. It is about the sequence number.
No, ma'am. I'm also assuming sequence, ma'am. Marks are in sequence or not, ma'am? Yes.
Marks are not. See, cards.
No. Just number are in sequence.
Card number. See, sequence number. We are arranging cards according to our sequence number, not according to the marks. See, assume the table is arranged in ascending order of sequence number. That means ascending order means what?
Increasing order 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, increasing order 1, 2, 3.
Yes, ma'am. 1, 2, 3. Understand, ma'am. I understand this. Ma'am, X is
where student Y comes after student X means what does that mean?
Y comes after
students.
When Y comes after X means Y is, if suppose 1, 1, 2 are in ascending order, and Y comes after means Y is 2 and X is 1.
Yeah, yes.
So ma'am, if we subtract x minus y. X is 1, y is 2. X minus y will come negative. So we cannot say it is in A.
Why you are doing x minus y? It is x dot chemistry minus y dot chemistry.
Yes, no, x dot chemistry. If we suppose that x dot chemistry is 1 and y dot chemistry is 2. So if we do x minus y, then it will come negative.
Yeah, it will come negative. That won't be counted as pair.
So ma'am, B is wrong. Y comes after student X.
That is not a pair, no, because they have to be pair only if x dot chemistry is greater than y dot chemistry. If it is not greater, that is not pair, no. X dot chemistry is less than y dot chemistry. In your case, 1 is less than 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, but by x dot chemistry marks should be greater, no?
Yes, ma'am. Suppose that 10, X is 10, Y is 20. So they are
Then also,
they are ascending.
no, they are not ascending. Marks
10.
like x marks is less than y dot chemistry marks. How it will be a pair? X chemistry marks must be less than y chemistry marks. So 30 and 20, if you take 30 and 20, you will take, then that will be a pair.
Yes, ma'am. So ma'am, Y comes before X.
What y comes before x?
20, ma'am, they are ascending in 20 and 30. And we are subtracting Y minus X. Y dot chemistry minus X
No,
dot.
I'm saying x is 30 and y is 20.
Just
Then
30
it will
or
be. But here, while you are iterating, what you are seeing first 30 and then you are seeing 20.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
what is your x? You are
X
seeing x first, no?
20, ma'am.
No, what I'm telling, x is 30 and y is 20. So
Yes.
30 minus 20 is 10. That is in the range. So what you are seeing first, x.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So if it is like 20 and 30, then it won't be counted as pair at all, because 20 minus 30 is minus 10.
Ma'am, I am only asking that if they 20 and 30 are in ascending. Right, ma'am, 20 and 30 are ascending.
So ascending in the order of sequence number, not in the order of marks.
Sequence.
It's not. You are confusing marks and sequence number.
So, ma'am, what will be the value of B? Whether it will be 0?
No, B will be number of study pairs x comma y, where student y comes before student x. C. Okay, B, actually we are not asked for B. It is not mentioned also in the question.
That is fine, but if it is asked what is B, then
it is number of study pairs x comma y, where student y comes before student x. Because see, if it is, so the range is same, but the matter here is whether we are seeing x first or y first. So basically you are subtracting one card from the other card, x and y chemistry marks. If they are in the range of 10 and 20, it will be counted either in A or either in B. Okay, if in that particular range. If it is not counted in A, it will be counted in B. Okay.
Hello,
That's
ma'am.
what. Yeah.
Ma'am, X comma Y means Y is after. Ma'am, suppose that X and Y are in.
Let me finish. Okay. See, here we are counting them as pair. So we are just A and B. So both range are same. We are subtracting x from y and y from x. We are just subtracting 2 chemistry marks only. If the chemistry marks are between the range either 20 and 10 and 20, then it will be counted as pair either in A or either in B. But the sequence matters, whether we are seeing first x or first y. If we are seeing first what x, then if we are seeing first X and then Y, then it will be counted as pair in, if it is counted as pair in A, then it won't be counted as pair in B. Okay. So number of study pairs. So in the to count the number of study pairs, X should be greater than Y, right? If you are seeing that in that particular order, then it will be counted in either A or either B. Like, because we are just comparing the two cards chemistry marks, if they are between the range of 10 and 20, it will be counted as study pair either in A or either in B. Okay.
Ma'am, how the X is greater?
So X can be chemistry marks, no? It can be greater or less or anything.
And they are in ascending order. So first,
ascending order of sequence number, I told you repeatedly, it's ascending order of sequence number. It's not ascending order of marks. Okay. It's not ascending order of marks. It's ascending order of sequence number, like first 1, 2, 3, so on, sequence number only. Marks can be like 10, 15, like 9, something like that also. Cards are not arranged in the ascending order of marks, just in the ascending order of sequence number only. If you are if you are counting them as pair in either A, then it won't be pair in B. That's all.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, just take some example and work on. I think that will be clear, some numbers, and then check whether it's counted in A or whether it is counted in B. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
I think then you will understand. Just take some few cards. Just take some 2 or 3 cards. 2 cards, I think 2 cards, not 2 cards, 3 cards. Okay. So there should be like 10, 20, 9. These are your chemistry marks. So 10 minus 20, it is minus 10. That won't be a pair. But 10 minus 9, it is 1. So yeah, you have 10, 20 comparison, 10, 9 comparison, and 29 comparison. Okay. For 10, 20 comparison, what A will be incremented or B will be incremented? B.
Yes, B will be incremented.
Yeah. For 10 and comparison, A will be incremented.
Yes.
For 29 comparison,
A.
Yeah. I think we should take one more card here. 7. Okay. Seven, 10. You will check. 720 you will check. 7-9 you will check. Then 10-20 you will check. Then 10-9 you will check. Then finally you will check for 29. So what happens here? 7-10 case, which one will be incremented? B.
B, yes, ma'am.
For 7-20 case,
Again, B, ma'am.
B will be incremented. For 7-9 case, B
Again,
will
B.
be. Yes. For 10-20 case,
A. B.
yeah. For 10-9 case, A.
Yes.
For 29 case, A. So all these pairs are study pairs only, X and Y, because the range is lying between 10 and 20. But where now you can see if you're counting them as pair, A is now you are incrementing A, no, here. So you can see 10-9. So only for 10-9 it is getting incremented. Only for 29 B is getting incremented. So what does here? where y comes after student x. Does it make sense for you now?
Yes, ma'am.
So here, what is coming first? 10 is coming first, then 9. And 20 is coming first, then 9. Then only you are counting it as pair, no? Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. For B, what you are doing? For B, you are counting it as studied pair if what? Y comes before student y. X, no? So, yeah. Have you understood this? In the case, like, for A, what is A? It is like, here 10 is coming before 9. 10 is coming before 9. That means the card X is coming before 9. X is coming before 9. And 20 is coming before 9. Then A is getting incremented. Okay. That's what this means. Where Y is coming after student X.
Yes, ma'am, understand.
Yeah. Okay. Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. That's all. Any other doubts? Yeah, if no one are having doubt, we can end the session now then. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Have a great day, ma'am.
Yeah.